Hey everyone, I'm Cheyenne. Welcome to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the language apps that I have on my phone. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. So when I open my phone, this is the first page. There's not really any language apps. I don't put it on the first page. But I do use Spotify to sometimes study languages because I listen to Japanese music, and I'll make another video about my Japanese music playlist. But yeah, and I also use Apple Music too. I have both subscriptions. So then on this page, this is where I have sorry, my iPhone's not that organized, but yeah, just bear with me. But then we have this Ling Chat. I just downloaded this app this year, so I haven't been using it that much, but it's like a conversational app. And what's really cool is that you can talk to an AI character, but the Japanese is very accurate and it sounds very natural, and it can pick up on the conversation that you're having. So this is the conversation that I had with the AI character, and it responded to everything that I was saying like so accurately, and it's really great for conversational practice. Then on this page, this is where I have most of my language apps. I didn't organize it in this way. It kind of just, that's how it was. I like half organized it and half didn't, but anyways. So we have Lyra, Bunpo, Kanji Quizzer, Shirabe Jisho, Learn Japanese, Easy Japanese, Voki, a Japanese language dictionary. I have 2 dictionaries, as you can see. This one isn't free because it has like ads, and I paid for the non-ad version. But yeah, and then I downloaded a Spanish dictionary, a Korean dictionary, Link Japanese, 2 learning Korean apps. And this is also a language app. This is where it has like, you can dub the audio into your target language. So I'll show you. So basically you can watch any type of YouTube video and it will dub it in your language, your target language, which I find really cool. Like for example, I'll play this video.
あるよ。今日積極的にできること、すぐに改善する。あなたの人生の質。LAX へようこそ。まずは睡眠を整える。おそらく最も低いもの、果物をぶら下げて、それが。
So the app still needs a little bit of work because sometimes with the subtitles it skips. It doesn't finish the sentence, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, it's really helpful just to learn Japanese. Because like I was saying, I want to learn Japanese from English to Japanese instead of Japanese to translating to English. And that's a really good way to help. So moving on. So also, let's start from the top again. So Lyra is a Japanese app. And what's really cool about this app is that it teaches you vocabulary words. The only thing is you have to pay in order to use, like, for example, so this is what the pay looks like. And what's really cool is I like that there's a lifetime subscription, which means that you only get to pay once. And so when I save up some money, I'm definitely going to get the lifetime subscription. But the yearly subscription is only $19, which is really not bad. And then the monthly subscription is $6.99. So it's pretty affordable for a language app. It's just I have so many language apps, so it's really not feasible to purchase every subscription. But yeah. But what's really cool is that this feature, you can review words. Also, you have the flashcards, and they have example sentences as well. So this is a really good app. And then it also quizzes you on what you've learned. So yeah, that's also really cool. And then we have Bunpo. I know I talk about Bunpo a lot. It's a really great app. And it's also made by the same people that made this app Library. And this app is more comprehensive. You also have to pay for this, but it's worth it because it doesn't just have Japanese, it also has French, German, Spanish, Korean, Chinese, Italian, and Portuguese. So if you're interested in any of those languages, then you can definitely check it out. But yeah, this app teaches you all of these different grammar points. The only thing is, I feel like it's a little bit more fast-paced than other apps, but I love that I believe the developer is a native Japanese speaker, and it breaks down the app by grammar points. And like, for example, when you click on a lesson, it explains it. So it doesn't explain it in video form, but if you're better with reading, this is very simple. It's just like these little flashcards, and I really like that. So this app is really good for that. Also, they recently added this AI feature. So they have like an AI tutor, and you can basically ask Wunpo anything. So one thing that I asked is to explain different things. So for example, it explained the small hiragana, and in this I didn't ask the question properly, but basically it was saying that the small hiragana is ya, you, and yo, and what it's used for. And then I asked to explain this symbol. This is a symbol that you see in katakana, and it basically it explained what it's meant to do. And that was very helpful because I always knew what it meant, but it was just nice to have like something, like someone explain it to me. So that was really nice. And this feature I haven't used yet, but it's basically a dialogue feature. So it's like you can practice with your dialogue. And
こんにちは、たくまです。よろしくお願いします。
and so you would have to respond to the person. So it's kind of like that other app that I just downloaded. I think it was Lingo Chat, and it's very similar. So that's really cool as well. So it has more features than it did before. So they're kind of trying to make it like an all-in-one app, which I think is really awesome. And if you're learning Japanese, I would highly recommend this app. So next is Kanji Quizzer. This app is, again, it's another paid app, but it's a one-time subscription, so I don't have to keep buying it every year or every month. And it's what it says it is. It's a kanji tester. And so, yeah, it's very simple and straightforward. And, oops, I got this one wrong. I'm working on my kanji a lot, and this app is really helpful for that. It goes all the way up to N1, which is really helpful. I'm still on N4, but it's a really great way to study kanji. Then we have Shirabe Jisho. I talk about this app pretty often. It's a free app. It's only for iPhone and iPad, but it's really great. And what I really like about this is there's so many different features. Like, for example, if you want to study vocabulary words, you can use the flashcard feature right here, and then you can choose either random or spaced repetition. And I know spaced repetition is very popular, and this is a great way to learn. And so you can literally just use the flashcards. The only thing is it's over like 600 words, so it's a lot to study, but it's just a good way to kind of go through the words and see and understand what you're learning. So you don't have to like memorize everything. It doesn't quiz you. It's just a way to study. And yeah, you can basically look up any word as well. I like that it also has common words too, like words that you wouldn't even think of, they have. And that's really helpful. And then also, if you're completely new to Japanese, it also has hiragana, and it also has the stroke order of the characters. So if you ever need practice in writing Japanese and you have an iPhone, I would highly recommend this app. And the same thing for kanji as well. it breaks down the kanji by different levels. So you can do Joyo kanji, kanji by JLPT, kanji by grades in Japanese schools. So that's really helpful as well. And again, it's the same thing with the kana. It has the stroke order and it shows you how to write it. And that's extremely helpful, especially for the harder kanji. Like, for example, let's try an N1 kanji. Like this one. This one has over 16 strokes. So it goes over all of those strokes, and that is extremely helpful. And then we have Learn Japanese. So Learn Japanese is, again, it's another paid app, but again, it's a one-time subscription, which is really great. I like that these apps have one-time subscriptions, because that's really helpful in order to, like, instead of paying like monthly or yearly, you just pay once. But what's really cool is that it has like a native Japanese speaker, so you can listen like here.
Konnichiwa.
And so you can basically, it has all these really helpful phrases that you need to know, and it's categorized by different topics. And so this is really great if you want to learn like quick Japanese, especially for travel. Yeah, this is a really helpful app. And I believe it's in other languages as well, but I just downloaded the Japanese version. Then we have Easy Japanese, and yes, you guessed it, there's also a paid version, but the free version works perfectly well. The only thing is that there's some features that you can't use, like the JLPT feature, for example. This feature is super helpful because you can take actual JLPT practice tests all the way up to JLPT 1. And for me, that's really great because I'm studying the JLPT, and so I would need that. And they just recently had added this feature called the lessons, where it basically breaks down dialogue, and then after you read the dialogue, it has the vocabulary words that the dialogue said, and then it teaches you like the grammar points and the key phrases, and it also quizzes you on how to apply the vocabulary words and the sentence structure. So this app is really helpful. I'm not sure if this is a free or a paid version, but if you download the app, you can check it out. And it also has a dictionary as well. I don't use this dictionary as much. I like Shirabe Jisho better, but if you want to use this, you can search up kanji and sentences, but sometimes the search feature is a little bit wonky, so I don't use this feature that much on the app. And then also we have the video section. So you can watch a video and then it has the subtitles.
天皇皇后両陛下は来日している ASEAN の首脳らと皇居で懇談されました。
Yeah, so that's really helpful as well. So, but the basic feature that what the app is for is to read articles. And what's really cool is that you can, not only can you hover over the word and it tells you the meaning, but you could also use the flashcard feature, which I believe is right here. And you can study the words that you've learned in the article. So you can either study before or after reading the article. And then what I like to do is I try to read the article. I try to study the flashcards first and then read the article, and then just like keep doing that over and over again so that I can memorize the words that I didn't know. And it's categorized by JLPT. So the blue is like the easiest, and then it gets harder as you skip through the words. So yeah, but this is a really cool feature. And the person that speaks in Japanese, it's AI, but it still sounds pretty legit. So yeah, this is a really cool app. And then this app is Voki. So I know the word sounds a little bit weird. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah. Anyways, so again, there's also a paid version, but with the normal version, you can watch up to, I believe, like 3 videos a day. So that's actually a good way to like pace yourself, but basically it's similar to the Easy Japanese app where you can watch a video and it has the subtitles.
がヤギとロバを飼っていました。ヤギはロバの方が自分よりも美味しいものをたくさん食べさせてもらっていると思って妬んでいました。
And then there's also a way where you could use flashcards so you can study. Again, it's very similar to the Easy Japanese app. I'm not sure if it's made by the same developer. It could be, or it's just like the similar code. But you can also study the vocabulary words from the video that you watched, and then you can study what you've learned. And then also they have like little quiz games too, like fill in the blank, matching, and multiple choice. So that's really cool as well. And then I'm not going to go through all of the dictionary apps. It's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to use the Japanese one. This one I paid for, so there's no ads or anything like that. So that's really helpful. But you can basically just look up any word. For example, let's look up the word house. And it'll tell you how to pronounce it.
House. House. Yeah.
And actually, this pronunciation is wrong. It's actually ie. But it's, so this app isn't perfect, as you can see. But what's cool is that they have example sentences. Shirabe Jisho also has example sentences. And yeah. But I mainly got it for Spanish and Korean because I haven't found dictionary apps that have like example sentences, especially for Spanish or Korean. But if you guys have a recommendation, definitely let me know. But it's the same for Spanish and Korean. So yeah. Moving on to LinkQ. So Link is another app. It's kind of similar to the Easy Japanese app where you can read articles, but what's cool is that you can watch videos, you can listen to music, you can watch anime, and it has the audio subtitles with it. So for example, if you watch this video, so this feature is a paid feature, but the free feature is you can press this play button.
あ、あい、朝、い、犬、椅子、う、牛、海.
So in this lesson, it's teaching you the hiragana. So if you are studying hiragana and you're a beginner, then you can use this app as well. But it also has intermediate songs as well. Like for example, it has like mini stories.
B. 私は毎朝6時に起きます。私は朝食を作り、コーヒーを飲みます。
And this is like immersion, so it doesn't really translate it. So in this feature, it does, but you would have to pay the premium feature, which is pretty pricey. So I just used the free version of this app. But yeah, it's a really good app nonetheless. So then we have Learn Korean. So this app is, I believe it's free. I don't think I paid for it. So this app is for like complete beginners in Korean, and I'm still a beginner. So it's great for practicing reading Hangul. And I pretty much completed the whole app when I was studying Hangul. But basically, it has the Hangul. It's very straightforward. So you just study the flashcards, and I think it will also quiz you as well. So that's another thing. So yeah. And then Infinite Korean. I had Infinite Japanese, but then I deleted it just to save space because, like I said, I have like so many language apps. But with Infinite Korean or Infinite Japanese, you can just basically just study the words, but in like a fun way.
Young.
And you learn in a fun way.
Young. Hana.
So this app is great for beginners because it breaks down like very simple vocabulary words like numbers, colors, animals, food, weather, clothes, things like that. And yeah, it's very straightforward. And then this app is Lingo Clip. So with this app, I don't really use it. Like, I just downloaded it, but it's like a way to listen to music with Japanese or other languages. Like, I think it would be better for languages that don't have characters, that use like Roman letters, like Spanish or French or Portuguese, because with Japanese it's not recommended to learn using Romaji, but that's all they have. So like, for example, you can look at this app or this song, and you can see it's in Romaji and not in hiragana or kanji. But yeah, it's just kind of like a fun quiz app. But moving on, so Quizlet isn't really a language learning app, but I do use this app to study languages a lot. So I use it to study Japanese, Korean, Hebrew, and also Greek. And so as these are some of the topics that I've studied, like for example, Japanese Core 1000. I've been using Quizlet since I was in high school, so I have a lot of Japanese flashcards like way back. And this is a recent one that I use because I just wanted to test if I knew the core Japanese words. But this is a really great way to study, especially if you're a beginner and you don't know where to start. Quizlet is free-ish. It's starting to get more expensive. Like, some of the features that used to be free are paid now. Like the learning feature, for example, you have to pay more in order to use it. You can only use the learn feature like once or twice, so that really sucks. But yeah, but overall Quizlet is a decent app to use. So moving on to the next page. So yes, I do have Duolingo. I don't completely hate it because I used it to study Hangul again, and also Hebrew letters and Greek letters. It's a really great way to study like the basics. And I actually do like I was saying in my other videos about Duolingo, that it didn't teach kanji, but now it does. And I think that's really awesome. I actually like the way that they teach kanji. I like that you can write it and it tells you how to pronounce it as well. And it breaks it down in such an easy way. It's really cool. So I also like this feature the most because it breaks down how to pronounce it in hiragana. Like, it has the hiragana form of the kanji, like ichi and ni, that's how you pronounce ni. Then san, that's how you pronounce san. So that's really cool as well. So yeah, Duolingo isn't as bad as I thought. So it's definitely really good for learning the basics. And the only thing is, with grammar, I wouldn't suggest learning it with that. But if you want to learn like basic sentence structure, then that would be really helpful. But yeah, overall Duolingo is a pretty decent app. And it's also completely free. It's one of the very few language apps that's actually free. So I would highly recommend this app for beginners because, well, not highly recommend, but I would still recommend it as a good start. And then like once you save up, you can invest in other languages. But if you're a younger person, like a teen, or you're in middle school or elementary school, then this is a really, really good start for especially younger folks that can't afford app subscriptions. Like, this is a really good start. And then of course we have Lingo Dare. I talk about Lingo Dare all the time, and I know people say that you have to pay, but you actually don't. So yeah, like, I've used this entire course for free. Like, when it tells you that you have to pay in order to use the lifetime access, you can just ignore that announcement. Like when it pops up like this, you literally just exit it out and then keep using the app. So I used all these features, like this whole entire course, for completely free, and I didn't pay anything. So I'm not sure if the next level I have to pay more, but we'll see about that. So I'll update you guys and see if you can use the entire Lingo Dare course for free. So these apps are new. I literally just downloaded it this year. So Speak and Translate, it's really good because it teaches you like how to, it translates into like from your native to target language or vice versa. And it's literally just a translator app. So for example, I can type something right now and I could type like let's go back to the house example. And it translated, but the only thing is that it translated is a robot voice, so it's not like an advanced native speaker, but that's not really the point. The point is to like understand. And so I kind of use this when I practice speaking. I don't rely on it that much because it's not always accurate, but for the most part it is. The only thing is that it, as you can see, it's in casual form, so it doesn't break it down by like casual or formal or polite. It only does the casual form, so this wouldn't be good if I'm like using it for work, or like if I were to work or speak to a higher person like a senpai or someone that I work with. Like I wouldn't use the casual Japanese. But other than that, this app works pretty well. And then this is another flashcard app. It's completely free, and I'm not sure what I used it for. I just tested it out, and it's very simple. So you just learn. It's literally just like a digital flashcard app, and yeah. And then this app is for Japanese, and so I didn't pay for anything yet. I'm probably not gonna invest in this app specifically because I have so many apps, but this is just a fun way to like review my Japanese, and it goes over the words and then it quizzes you.
医者3月1月赤ちゃん
And yeah, it's a very straightforward app, and it's a pretty good app. So here on the next page, I have more Korean apps, and as you can see right here, I have Spanish. I literally just downloaded these apps yesterday. This one is completely free, which I think is really cool. I'm not going to use it yet because I haven't used it myself, so I can't really speak on the features, but it has a lot of good reviews, and it teaches you the basics. It teaches you verb conjugation, and it's in other languages as well. Like, I believe there's French, Arabic, other languages. So it would be really cool if they made a Japanese version, but unfortunately it doesn't have that yet. But this app I'm really excited to use to learn Spanish. So let's go back to the top here. So this is a Japanese app that teaches you Korean. So it's in Japanese completely, and I just use this as kind of like a way to keep up with my Japanese and Korean at the same time. So even though I don't know all the words, like I do know that this word is sports, so, but I don't know the words in Korean. So it's an app that quizzes you on vocabulary words in Korean, and yeah, so as you can see, it has the pronunciation of the word. They use katakana to instead of romanji, like Roman letters, to pronounce the Korean words. So that's really cool. And then yeah, I have no idea what this word means, but what's really cool is that it has the sentence structure in Japanese and Korean. So if you're learning both at the same time, I would suggest using this app because it's really good to help. It's really helpful. And then here's another Korean app. It's literally called Korean. And this app is really good too. I used to use it in Japanese, but now I use it in English. So it's very simple and straightforward. It teaches you the Hangul letters. And yeah, this is the free version. It's called Korean letters. And it's actually horizontal. So I'm pretty sure it has a pronunciation, but I think you have to have headphones on. But then what's cool is that it teaches you the Hangul, but it also has like an example word as well. Let's see if I can find it. See, like banana. It has that. So it teaches you how to combine the Hangul and use like example words. And it's really cool. So I would recommend this app too if you're learning Hangul and you're a beginner in Korean. So then we have Papago. It's like Google Translate, except it's much better. So with Asian languages, it's really helpful. Like for example, I'm going to use a verb like run. So we have hashiru, but then if you change it, it should have changed to... So this example, I was trying to change it to the mas form, but it didn't do that. So, but usually it will change from honorific to the regular form. But this app is much better. So if you're trying to translate from English to Japanese or English to Korean, it's mainly used for Korean. So if you're studying any of those languages, then I would use this over Google Translate. So then we have Koban. Koban is for Japanese. And again, you have to pay. I'm not sure. Oh, it's pretty pricey. So I haven't spent any money on this app. I may invest because it does have the JLPT test, like practice tests. And that's really cool, and it goes up to N3. Unfortunately, it doesn't go up to N1, but it teaches you kanji, vocabulary, particles, grammar. It teaches you a lot, and you can also read books as well. I think, oh yeah. So this is really cool so even if you don't have the paid version, you can still read the it's like 2 or 3 stories that you can read for free. So this is really cool. It's kind of like Easy Japanese where it has the articles, except it's like a simple story, and you can use furigana or you can choose to hide it. I like to use furigana because I'm still learning kanji, and it also has the translation as well. And then I think you can hover over the word. Yes, you can. And that's really, I love this feature so much. So this app is pretty cool. I think if you pay the subscription, it would be worth it because you'll get a lot out of it. So these 3 apps right here are verb conjugation apps. I haven't used the first 2, but I have used this one right here. And it's completely free, so that's really good. And what's really cool is that it breaks down the verbs. It has numbers and all of that, but I do believe, yes. So here is the verb conjugation. So verb conjugation can be very complicated if you've never learned it before, but I'm pretty sure it's in every language. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know for sure it's in like English, Japanese, and Spanish, and I believe Korean as well. So here, as you can see, iku, and then the past tense version is ita, but this is the informal version. So I think it does have the past version in, I think so. It has the mas version, but it doesn't have the past version in polite. Oh, yes, it does. Sorry about that. So, ikimashita, iku. So this app is really amazing because I love the verb conjugation, and And I like that it breaks it down by list. So it's super helpful. Like, for example, for the longest time, I never knew how to say like ing, because in English you say I'm going somewhere, or I'm doing something, or I'm running, and I never knew how to say that in Japanese. But this app teaches you how to do that. So when you say you're running in Japanese, for example, let's see if they have the word run. They don't. But if you say I'm walking, you would say aruiteiru. So that's really cool that I finally know how to say doing something in Japanese. So if you want to learn how to like, learning the verbs is really important, because that's like the best way to learn how to speak. And like once you learn the verb conjugation, you can basically say any sentence you want. So that's really helpful. And then for the last app that I'm going to use, I'm going to skip over these 3 apps right here. But Memrise, I really like Memrise. I've only used the free version. I haven't used the paid one. They kind of changed up the way that the app looks. But I'm learning Japanese, Korean, and Spanish from Mexico. So yeah, but I really like Memrise. It's really helpful, and I've learned a lot. Oh, it's funny that it says long time no see. I actually learned how to say hisashiburi from this app. So this app does teach you. It has like native speakers, and it teaches you like native phrases and things that people say in your target language. So that's really helpful as well. And yeah, if you want to pay for this app, I would say it's worth it, because it does go in depth, and it does teach a lot. And even though it's paid, I would say like you get what you pay for and you get what you don't pay for, because with Duolingo, like it's completely free, but it's not as comprehensive as the paid apps. So that's why the paid versions for the most part are worth it. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I know I have so many apps. I may make a separate one with my iPad, because I have more space on there and I have more language apps. So yeah, I'll probably make like another version of this video. But I hope it was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next videos about studying and learning different languages. See ya!